Bitch, you guessed it. You was right.
What the absolute fuck is happening? I know what you're wondering. Patch 11, what the fuck changed? Listen, we're gonna go through here in this video because I need to find out for myself. So you're trying to tell me the same people that said, as always, full patch notes will be released alongside the patch release. The same guys who said that dropped patch 8, 9, 10, 11 with no fucking patch notes. And even the patch notes they did drop weren't accurate. Not even close to it. Listen, I hope all y'all got some unlimited internet, alright? Because this shit is getting ridiculous and we don't know what the fuck is being fixed and it's not any of the relevant issues. How the fuck is Mafia 3 a smaller game than NBA 2K17? Explain that one to me. NBA 2K16 was less. You're telling me an open world game like Watch Dogs is half the fucking file size? This isn't adding up, 2K. Where are all these 7 GB patches coming from? We don't know what the fuck is in it. And all you're saying is that it's matchmaking issues being fixed? We know damn well that's not the fucking case. It can't be. 7 GB. You know how long that is to download for so many people? So of course I had to hop onto the park. What the fuck looks different? Alright, the sunset is still setting at the same fucking angle. The water is still dropping at about 2 frames per second. Everything looks... What changed? It can't... What the fuck? What part of the matchmaking was changed? Could we at least be specific about that? So we have to download 7 GB. We don't know what's in said 7 GB. And we have to go investigating to find out what the fuck changed? So that's what I did, man. I was scouring the Twitters. I was on the main menu. I was looking around like something had to have been different. Because this shit clearly isn't adding up. I'm pretty sure part of it was the fucking Pro-Am tournament, guys. Last week we had a patch specifically to implement this tournament. And since the bracket changed, I'm assuming they had to update some sort of shit so the teams can play for next week. And I know 99% y'all do not give a fuck about this tournament at all. Like, I play 2K and I love basketball and I still don't give a fuck. It's just, it was poorly done, poorly implemented. And everybody fucking knows it, even the teams playing. It's a little eerie that this patch dropped the day before the Pro-Am tournament. The day before, man. It had something to do with it. I don't know how big, but I know it had something to do with it. Last week they had patch notes. They were vague as fuck, but they had them and people were mad they were vague. And so this week they opted to be even more vague. They said, let's not drop any patch notes. Let's just drop a tweet that says nothing about anything so nobody can question whatever the fuck we put in said patches. I want to give you another friendly reminder that an open world game that dropped in 2016 is half the fucking size of 2K17, bro. It's open world. Look at everything around you. I said there's no way that could be it. I saw Shake and Bake tweet immediately after the patch dropped saying there was new moments challenges. So I'm thinking, okay, that's good for the My Team community. Why the fuck weren't they informed of this? I don't know if it was in the patch or an update, but I know after the patch, people started to see some new moments challenges. So I followed that My Team Twitter to get some new insight. Apparently there's a fuck ton of new dynamic duos in My Team. That's some shit that I think people would want to know in some patch notes. So that's changed, and I'm sure that has something to do with the patch because I know this is something the My Team guys have been asking for forever. I was on House Rules for about 5 hours after the patch, and aside from a couple of games, I was experiencing a lot less lag. It felt like over the last couple weeks, the lag has just been slowly increasing. Like they wanted to kick me off the game or some shit. They're like, I know you hate lag, agent, so we're gonna give you more of it to kind of send you in the other direction. And I noticed there's been less after the patch. I don't know what the case was. Maybe it's because I was playing late as fuck and no one was on the servers. I'm not sure. I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but the lag was clean last night. I hadn't experienced much of it, and it was the first time in a few weeks I felt like that. There's a couple reasons why it's hard for anybody to fucking trust 2K. We see a patch and we know they patched some shit because they've been hiding it since launch. More and more after every patch. 11 patches, 7 GB each. That's an issue, especially if you're not being transparent about what the absolute fuck that we're downloading. So we start with that. How about some transparency? And then let's add on to that broken promises. Every year there's a promise the servers are gonna be fixed. And every year, of course, we're optimistic because we want it to be fixed so we can play it without raging all the time because our friends are being lagged out or we're being lagged out. So how about a little bit of transparency? And if you can't meet the demands of the promises that you're making, then don't fucking make them. It's as simple as that. If you're selling people on false promises, in my opinion, it's a fucking scumbag way to operate. And I don't know how the fuck you can expect anybody to trust anything you say if every time there's some shit in the patch notes that wasn't patched, or you said there was some shit that was gonna be there at launch that never came. Like, there's so many things that can... Where the fuck are the Yeezys? Can we talk about that? Park After Dark was something that was hyped up, but we've only been able to play it for a total of 6 hours. Why are you working so hard on some shit that we can barely play? Why don't you guys focus your efforts on the things that matter? The gameplay, fixes that need to, the glitches here or there. Like, there's the servers. Yeah, I could keep going. Do you need me to keep going? We all know what the main issues are. And there's 11 patches and some of them still exist. That is fucking crazy to me. That's what I noticed. Aside from that, like, you're not, unless you, it's all speculation. We don't know what the fuck else happened. So I'm gonna leave it on that, man. If you enjoyed, drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.